so after 25 years of being cheap, I finally spent about $400 and bought my own pressure washer. I finally learned my lesson of borrowing from other people. I would bring it to my house, I would pull it 413 times, it wouldn't work, I'd have oil over my driveway, the pressure would suck, the stories go on and on. So I was like, Ivan, it's time to buy your own, stop being cheap. So I picked up the Simpson. This is the model 3125 pressure washer with the Honda motor, baby. GC 190, just what you need. Honda reliability, we all know about that, right? Let me go over this pressure washer real quick, give you the specs on it, the ins and outs, and why I bought it. Stay tuned. So here's the unboxing video that everybody loves. That's the handle, that's the foam, instructions with one of the pickup tubes. There's the oil. There's the old shooter. Pew pew. More packing foam. And the unit's about 60 pounds. It's not too bad. Alright, so we got the sweet Honda pressure washer with the GC 190. Doing it. Comes with a 1/4 inch, 25-foot hose. You got the suction intake right there for your bleachers or detergents. Then they give you 2 pints of motor oil for the engine. These are all your tips and fittings, various degrees. And also, I believe these two are attached to the handle, which I'll do in a minute. The old ergonomically designed shooter. Tip's kind of small. It looks about 18 inches. That's what she said. And then, that's the handle. Pretty solid. Alright, to assemble the handle is real simple. Just slide it down those poles right there. The bag with the tips has 2 bolts. Just pull those out. Of course, I got stuck in the bag because I'm making a video. Can't be easy, right? There's one. And the other one, just unscrew the little black cap. Slide it through the hole. And then tighten the little black cap. And then repeat the same for the other side. Now you take your 25-foot hose. Both fittings are the same on both sides, so I just grabbed one and screwed one side into the actual pump. 20 turns later, then I get the gun, screw on the tip as well. 20 turns later, and then just screw the hose into the gun itself. Very simple. And it's got a nice little bracket for the hose and to hold your gun nozzle. Sweet. Ooh, correlating pictures. Put the black down there. Red up here. Green. Get in there. White and yellow. Alright, so those are your different streaming patterns. 0 straight. Different widths of fan. And then I said the black one soap. Alright, let's get the oil in this bad boy. Alright, so here's the oil right here. These come shipped without any oil in it. Open this bad boy like so. Again, they actually test these in the factory. And that's why you might see a little bit of oil in there and a little smell of fuel in the fuel tank, but they drain it for shipping. So it actually comes with a little spout, which is kind of nice. Just twist it right off. And just let it fly. So the biggest reason why I bought this particular pressure washer is the Honda engine. We all know Honda has extreme reliability. This is the GC 190. This actual engine is 5.2 horsepower and it's a 4-stroke, which means straight gas. No mixing, not having to deal with that crap. Alright, you turn it around. It's got actual 10-inch rubber pneumatic tires, which is nice. Frame is great. It's got a low center of gravity, so when you're doing your thing, it won't be moving around and shaking all the other kinds of crap, which I hate. And then like most pressure washers do have, you got all of your tips stored on the top. You got a 0 degrees, 15, 25, 40, and the soap. All right. And then it comes with an OEM pump, not original equipment market like we're used to in the car world, but that's the actual company name with brass fittings. This particular pressure washer with the engine does 3,200 PSI, which is more than enough for doing your decks, fences, driveways, washing your car, your siding on your house, which is what I bought it for, and whatever else you need. Honestly, it's great for homeowners, and it's almost to the commercial level, but not quite. So this is a great compressor all in all. I wanted to talk real quick on the intake for the soap or detergent. As you can see, there's no shutoff for it. So you wonder, if you don't want to use the soap, is it going to create less pressure? No, and I'm going to tell you why. This is the soap tip, all right? It's a lot bigger hole than, let's say, this tip here. So something in there is actually sensing the different amounts of pressure, and then it opens up the actual float in there to allow the detergent into the system. When you use the other tips, 5, 10, 20 degree tips, it realizes there's a lot more pressure going through the system and no back pressure, and the float actually gets closed, and therefore there's no vacuum being created. So it's kind of a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you want to do, but that's how they make it. So again, this will only work if you use the soap dispenser with it, not with your regular tips. Now they do a great job for the homeowner in labeling the steps 1 through 10 with the corresponding parts on the pump. So for instance, number 1 says to connect the garden hose, and here's number 1. Number 2, connect the actual sprayer, which is number 2. So on and so forth. And then you turn it around. And the same thing of how to start the engine. Turn it on is number 8. 9 is the choke. 10 is the crank, labeled. And 11, after it starts, obviously you pull the choke back in. So they do a really good job with this for laying out for like the average homeowner, like I said. It's a great machine. Tons of power. Just what you're going to need. So let's get this bad boy started up. Alright, so this is how you start your pressure washer. The first thing you want to do is get your garden hose connected to it. It's that lower intake. And turn on the actual water. Here's your gun. Hold it for a minute. You hear that air? So the system is getting filled with the actual water. And now we have some water coming out. Now we can actually start the pressure washer. So the wind wasn't cooperating, so let me walk you through it real quick. So there's the steps on top, alright? You pull out the choke, turn the red knob to on. There you go. Choke is out. And now let's see how many times it's going to take to start this thing. Brand new, never started before. Honda, let's go, baby. 1, up, uh-oh. And remember, don't ever touch that carburetor top on top. It's hot. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it started. And remember, after it starts, pull the choke back in. And here I'm just showing you how I have the pickup tube inside my gallon of bleach. And remember, you have to use the black soaping tip for that to work. Alright, so now you're good to go, okay? So you got your bleach hooked up, whatever detergent, and your black tip. Now just spray your house, starting from the top down. Spray the whole thing, and let the detergent sit on the siding 10, 15, 20 minutes. Then you switch out your tips. You just push down, the black one comes up, and then whatever fan you want to use, I think that's a 15 or 20 degree, and now you can actually pressure wash your house. And remember, you want to pressure wash from the top down. I do want to add, be very careful with your windows. A lot of older windows, you can break the seals or the gaskets or even the screens if you have old screens, so be careful with the power of the pressure washer. So I played with it for a couple hours. I hit the siding like you saw. I hit my vinyl fence. I hit some of my bluestone. It did a great job. The Honda engine, again, 5.2 horsepower, 3,200 PSI, was plenty of power for the homeowner aspect. To be honest, like I said, it might be good for light commercial as well. Honda's reliability is top notch. You guys know that. So I do recommend it. I don't have any issues with it. I was able to wheel it around my yard. My yard's got rocks and kind of lumpy and tree stumps and all that. The pneumatic tires were perfect for that. It didn't get stuck in any ruts or nothing like that. The low center of gravity of the pump sitting low in this frame worked out well. And again, safety first. So when you are using this, especially when using detergents or bleaches or anything like that, make sure you go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get one of those suits with the goggles just so you don't bleach yourself, get irritants on your skin, and all that kind of crap. But I'm happy with it. It did well. Light years above my uncles, my friends, my cousins' friends, and whoever else pressure washers I brought over the years. I appreciate it, but no thanks no more. I finally got my own. Again, this is about $400 for this. This is the Simpson 3125 model. 3200 PSI, 5.2 horsepower. I recommend it. Have fun. Go wash your house. It's dirty. And lastly, for any home construction, home remodeling, woodworking, tool reviews such as this, do me a favor, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, people.
It looks good. It's a Honda. We doing it.